Hello, everyone. My name is Wes Melcher. I'm the founder of BryteLyfe, and today I'm going to go through the most exciting compensation plan in the history of the direct sales industry. Now, the first thing you should understand about the BryteLyfe Influencer Compensation Plan is that we designed and created this compensation plan for simplicity. And so, the first and most important component of the compensation plan is the concept that we've created to earn free travel for life. And so, we call this our free Lyfe program. And so the goal is to get people eventually to a point where they no longer have to pay for travel. Now, of course, the first step in free Lyfe is getting 2 active members referred to BryteLyfe through your unique replicated link that you can find either in the back office or directly inside of the BryteLyfe app under the contacts button. Now, when you send your personalized link to somebody to join BryteLyfe, they will become a personal member that you have referred. And once you do that twice, you are now qualified for free billing for the next 4-week billing cycle. So you'll be able to track your progress directly on the app. Underneath where the bucket list countdown is, you will see a screen there that shows you free Lyfe qualified. And then below that, you will see all of your personally referred members that have joined through your personal link. And so you will be able to track and see when your next billing date is and if they are active on their membership. That means that when your next billing cycle comes up for payment, if you have 2 active members that you've personally referred, you will not be charged for the $179 membership fee. Now let's talk about the difference between a member and an influencer. Of course, whenever you enroll members, that is where you're going to be earning compensation. We do not pay for the recruitment of influencers. And so there is no compensation derived for somebody becoming an influencer through your personal link. You only earn the commissions that we're about to discuss for bringing in membership sales to BryteLyfe. Now, the way that it's all tracked is through our influencer technology. Now, like you remember, there is a $19.99 monthly fee to be an active influencer. Once you become an influencer, now you are eligible to earn free travel for every member that you refer. You're also eligible to qualify for up to $500,000 per month in residual income. And remember, our technology tracks all of this through that unique link in the contact manager of your app or through the back office. Now, on top of these examples that we're going to talk about today, I also want to remind you that we have an incredibly exciting program through our corporate accounts division. That is our B2B platform. Now, the B2B platform is completely described on BryteLyfeBenefits.com. And what's great about this is even if you don't have B2B sales experience, but you know business owners or people that are high up within companies that we could potentially talk to about BryteLyfe, you can actually submit them as a lead on BryteLyfeBenefits.com. Our corporate accounts division will actually go work that lead, and you can actually be paid half of anything we generate in terms of membership sales, even if you don't have anything to do with actually following up and putting those sales in the system. Now, I want to focus today on the compensation plan highlights for our influencer program. Of course, right now, there are only 2 ways to get paid. The first is with travel dollars. Now, travel dollars are available to be used immediately on any BryteLyfe custom trip or any BryteLyfe event. You can actually go click on the fire symbol inside of the BryteLyfe app, and anything through that fire symbol, you can actually use your travel dollars that are in your account to pay for those custom trips and events directly with your travel dollars. Now, if you choose to use your travel dollars on any travel bookings through the app, you will be using the reimbursement program, meaning that you will first pay for the booking. You will select how many travel dollars you want to apply on the booking before you check out. And then once you pay for the booking, the following Friday, you will be reimbursed those travel dollars through our payment partner, PayQuicker. Now, PayQuicker will send you a notification the first time you are paid compensation from BryteLyfe. So whether it's with travel dollars reimbursement or through our residual program, you will not get the notification from PayQuicker until you actually have a deposit made into your PayQuicker account from BryteLyfe. So even if you qualify for compensation this week on Friday closeout, you won't actually receive that deposit and that notification for 2 Fridays. Okay, now the way we do our billings is every 28 days. And that's also the same way we look at the calendar months when we look at how we pay the residuals. So how many Fridays are in the month determines whether your monthly residual will be paid in 1/5. If it's a 4 Friday month, it will be paid in 1/4, so 1/4. And so you will get that percentage based on how many Fridays are in the month when the week closes out. So if it closes out on a Friday in February and there's 4 Fridays in the month, you will get 1/4 of the residual paid 2 Fridays from when that Friday closes out. Now, remember, there is only one requirement to maximize the compensation plan qualifications within our program, and that is 2 direct personal members. One you need to place on your left side and one you need to place on the right side. Now, in order to qualify for the free life billing, it does not matter what side you place them on. But in order to be eligible for the residual income portion of what we're about to discuss, you must have one active personal member on your left and one active personal member on your right. Now, I'm also going to explain how to use the holding tank program in just a moment, which can help you generate even more sales, and that's why we created it. The other thing I want to point out is our Influencer 15,000 bonuses. First, it's a Rolex watch. You can choose between yellow or blue, the BryteLyfe colors. And every year there will be an Influencer 15,000 and above trip for 2 with all expenses paid. So anyone who is above Influencer 15,000 can bring a guest on this annual trip and all of your expenses will be paid for the trip. Now, let's talk about the holding tank before we get into the compensation plan in more specifics. This is what your tree viewer looks like in the back office. Now, to get to the back office, all you do is go to BryteLyfe.com. There's a quick login link at the bottom of the page that says back office, or you can click on login and select back office login. The back office is where you're going to actually manage your payment methods for your subscription as a member and also as an influencer. It is also the only place where you can actually enroll and place the members on your team, and they are all inside of your holding tank. So if you click on Tree Viewer, you will see what's on my screen right now, and you can use the plus symbols to place the people that are in your holding tank. Now, the sales will be in the holding tank for 72 hours from the time the person enrolls as a member. So that allows you 72 hours to use these sales in your holding tank to get other prospects off of the fence that you may have already shown a video to, you may have already shown a Zoom to, and you can use the holding tank sales that are already in the system because they're not placed yet to get somebody who you've already showed it to excited enough to go ahead and sign up, and then you can place these other sales below them. So use it as a way to drive sales. It's very simple to place. You just click on Tree Viewer, click on the plus symbol, then click on the name that you want to place, and it is that easy to use the holding tank. Now, I want to talk to you about the timing and placement aspects of our binary compensation plan. Now, of course, when your friend signs you up, they're not just talking to you. So by getting the next available position on their team, and in this example, they put you on the right side, you are at a massive advantage because you took action and got the next available position. Your friend is going to continue talking to people about BryteLyfe most likely, which means that some sales are going to be placed on the left and some sales are going to be placed on the right. The powerful part of our compensation plan is all of the sales that are placed on the right after you actually count towards your monthly residual numbers, okay? And that's very important because it's not just them, it's anything they ever do. So in this example, let's say that they bring in an additional 1,000 people over the course of the next year. Those 1,000 sales are now on your right leg. And so when we look at the chart for what is possible in earning potential. You do not want to miss out on that opportunity. That is the power of the binary. So you want to get the next available spot, and you want to make sure you explain this to everyone you share BryteLyfe with, because if you wait and those people sign up before you do, that your friend is talking to, then you will benefit everything they do versus them benefiting you. Now, I want to talk about strategy with building in a binary compensation plan. It is only a two-team system, which means that you have a leg in common with your sponsor. Now, not everybody is going to be in a situation where they're going to be working with somebody who's actively recruiting. But for those of you who are, or if you want to encourage the person who signs you up to recruit additional members, then of course it's going to benefit you if they put them on your common leg. So in this example, like I said, your sponsor, your friend who told you about BryteLyfe, put you on the right side. So that means that as they continue to sponsor people on the common leg, the right leg, those sales will count for you. Now remember, you have to put sales on your left and on your right. So in this example, the red plane is you, and anything you do, we will mark in red. So in this example, you've got your first member that you're ready to enroll in BryteLyfe, and you're going to put them on the left because you've already got a sale on your right from the person who introduced you. We've marked those planes as blue planes. Now, you're going to enroll somebody else. You're going to continue to put them on the left side because you also have the ability to benefit from the right side from your sponsor. So in this example, we went ahead and put your first two on the left, but then because your sponsor had already put one on the right, you didn't put your next person on the right until you already had two on the left. Now, because your sponsor is continuing to work and enrolling additional people on your right, you now have an opportunity to benefit from anything those people ever do. So in this example, let's say that your right side over the course of the next year grows to 1,000 sales. Now, what's incredible is if that volume comes from the blue planes that your friend, your sponsor put in, you still get paid on all of those sales. Now, as you continue to build on the left, because you got an advantage and had those common sales placed on your right leg, you can benefit from the additional work that you're doing on the left because you're not having to put as many people on the right. So as you get to 1,000 on the left and 1,000 on the right, you are now, of course, what we would consider 1,000 left and 1,000 right. As you're putting your sales in, there are two buttons that make it very easy to maximize your compensation plan, and that is bottom left and bottom right. So when you go to the tree viewer that I showed you earlier where the holding tank is, you can click bottom right or bottom left. So you want to see which side has less sales, and you want to go to the bottom of that side and place your next sale on the bottom. Okay, so if it's the bottom left, you would click bottom left and use that plus symbol at the bottom left. If you have less sales on the right, you would go bottom right and place them with the plus symbol at the very bottom of the right. Now, the reason why you do that, and you don't want to go put people under other people in your tree, is because the more people that benefit from that sale, the more people get notified, because we send push notifications anytime somebody joins your team, regardless of who put them in. So imagine if you put them down at the bottom of 1,000 people, now 1,000 people just got that alert that they had somebody added to their team. So this is why we use the bottom left, bottom right, outside placement building strategies. Now, we've got additional training on this, so I'm not going to get into all of that today, but just remember, use bottom left, bottom right, and build on the outside. Do not go put your personal membership sales on the inside of anybody else on your team. Now, one of the things that's so exciting for BryteLyfe is the fact that free life is really growing fast in all of our markets. And so in this example, it shows you the power of two who get two. So in this example, you're the red plane. You tell the two orange planes, and then let's say you take a break, but they do the same thing you did. Orange tells blue and yellow tell purple and green tell white and blue. Now you're making $800 a month residually with this happening just for 4 times. Now, what's crazy is that once this happens just 15 times, you would now be eligible for $500,000 in monthly residual, not annual residual, monthly. So let's look at what the ranks are and talk about how to hit these levels. When you see the title, that is the title that matches with the number of people on your left and right. And then on the right, you will see the residual income paid monthly in either 1/4 or 1/5 installments every Friday. And it's based on how many members, not influencers, how many members are on your left and how many members are on your right. So Lyfe 300 is our first residual level, and that is 5 members on your left, 5 members on your right. And remember, it does not matter who puts them in, whether it's you or somebody you shared it with, or even if it's come from above from your sponsor, okay? So when you put 5 left, 5 right total on your team, you're going to be making $300 in monthly residual income. Now, remember, the only qualification you have to have in addition to these numbers on your screen is 1 personal member left active and 1 personal member right active. So to get Lyfe 800, it just takes 16 members on your left side, 16 members on your right side. All you have to have is 1 personal member left active and 1 personal member right active. And when you hit those numbers, you're now making $800 a month residually. Same thing with Lyfe 1600, 30 on the left, 30 on the right. You're now making $1,600 in residual. And it's the same thing all the way down this page to where you get to Influencer 15,000, which is that double bonus level where you get the Rolex and the free annual trip. That's at only 500, and that is $15,000 a month in residual. Now remember, the example I just showed you was 1,000 left and 1,000 right. That would be the equivalent of Influencer 30,000, which would pay you $30,000 every single month in monthly residual. So today you got an opportunity to see how powerful the BryteLyfe compensation plan is. If you have any questions on this, please get back to the person who enrolled you, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. You can also see a detailed version of this at the bottom of the BryteLyfe website. It says detailed compensation plan, and you can also see compensation plan videos inside of our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope you get to the rank that you have in your goals as quickly as possible.